Hello, and welcome to the Happy Hour. I'm your host, and if you're watching me, that means I'm happy. We're going to be covering some of the biggest stories from the last week in wrestling, but first, this week's drink special.
But folks, this drink is all about execution. Sometimes you need an elegant cocktail, and sometimes you need to set something on fire. That's why this week's drink is the Flaming Dr. Pepper. For this drink, you need some amaretto, some light beer, and some high-proof rum. 151 here, folks. You're also going to need a mid-sized cup, a shot glass, and most importantly, a personal fire safety protection device. Because fire safety is important to me, and it should be to you too. Start this drink by pouring about half of the beer into the cup, and oh my god, pour the beer like you've got some sense into the cup until it's about halfway full, and then fill the shot glass about 3/4 of the way full with the amaretto. Top the shot glass off with the 151, and then burn it down! Word of caution, whether you can see it or not, that fire is lit. So please be careful and treat it like it's on fire. With all the work done, it's time for a toast and a taste. Drop that thing in the beer and down it quick, and you tell me what that tastes like. Folks, that's the Flamin' Dr. Pepper. It's a common courtesy to down it in one shot. And then, of course, thumbs on the table. Thanks.
Welcome back. Folks, last week the wrestling world was saddened to learn of the passing of wrestling legend and Hall of Famer Pedro Morales, who passed away at the age of 76 due to complications from Parkinson's. Born in Puerto Rico, Born in Puerto Rico, Pedro Morales would begin his career in 1959, marking a 3-decade span that would find him holding numerous titles. Amongst his title reigns, Pedro Morales would find himself the World Wrestling Federation's first Triple Crown champion, a feat that will go unmatched for nearly 10 years. For those who don't know, a Triple Crown champion is a competitor who has managed to hold all 3 major titles at one point in their career. At this time, the World Heavyweight Championship, Intercontinental Championship, and World Tag Team titles. This is not to be confused with a Grand Slam, which is mostly a flex by Shawn Michaels. After retiring from the ring in 1987, Pedro Morales would go on to be inducted into the WWF Hall of Fame in 1995, and later the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum in 2015. With over half a century of influence, Pedro Morales made his mark in the wrestling world and leaves behind a lasting impact on a business that he loved. In our next story, former WWE big boy David Batista may be in talks with the WWE about a potential return to the ring. Almost immediately, the rumor mill began to grind, pumping out theories about a possible WrestleMania appearance and even talks with AEW. However, late Thursday, Batista announced that though he had been approached by AEW, he was only interested in a return with the WWE, as Vince McMahon's ass unclenched for the first time this year. These talks aren't particularly surprising, as there were talks for a similar appearance at WrestleMania last year, though Batista may now be in a better position for one last match. Amidst the controversy and subsequent firing of Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn over offensive tweets, cast member David Batista tweeted... We're doing great. Cast member Dave Batista tweeted out support for the director, threatening to leave the franchise if he were no longer involved. With Guardians 3 in turmoil and Infinity War set to close, the actor and superstar seems to have a little bit more time on his schedule this year. While we haven't received confirmation and likely won't until WrestleMania, we want to know your thoughts. Do you want to see the animal, the granddaddy of them all? Let us know what you think down in the comments. In a follow-up story to last week, The Undertaker, who surprised the wrestling world by scrubbing the WWE from his social media accounts, signed with AEW! No, he didn't. Stop. Starrcast 2 is a wrestling convention located adjacent to AEW's Double or Nothing event, with both events taking place in Las Vegas on May 25th. Double or Nothing, the sold-out AEW event, is not officially partnered with Starrcast 2, though the two companies do share ties. These ties, and a well-timed tweet from AEW co-owner and Young Bucks member Matt Jackson, still have fans all over dreaming about a surprise appearance. Everything is a work. It's always a work. Or you think it's a work, and then it's not a work, but then you feel like you got work because you were expecting a work, and it wasn't a work. Wrestling. Let us know what you think in the comments, and let us know what kind of stories you'd like to see on the next episode of the Happy Hour. Please don't forget about your opportunity to cut a promo against the Sultan of the Savannah, the Power from Pride Rock, the King of the Squared Circle of Life, the undisputed champion of the Fantasy Promo Challenge. Mufasa. Send in your promo via Facebook and keep it under 90 seconds to take down the champ and have your video featured on the next episode of the Happy Hour. Thanks for watching the Happy Hour, folks. I've been happy, and as always, please drink responsibly.